What is going on, everybody? I just want to take a quick minute and talk to you all about casting reels. Anybody that's followed my channel for an extended period of time knows I'm really fairly loyal to Shimano when it comes to my casting gear. I run Daiwa spinning, Shimano casting. That's just the way I do it. It works for me. I don't know what else to say about it, but I do think it's incredibly important to test out the other manufacturers from time to time. You don't want to find yourself in a situation where you're just a quote-unquote fanboy and you're buying a reel because of the branding on the side of it. So with that said, I want to talk about the reel that I just picked up. We'll talk about the rod, the jig, the whole setup. This is the Team Lose Pro SP. I got to use it for maybe 3 hours yesterday, skipping some boat docks with it. This is not a full-on review by any stretch of the imagination. I just don't have enough time to give it a full review, but this is more of a first impressions video, and we'll talk a little bit about the setup that I use. So for the rod, it's just one that I built. You guys know I build most of my rods. 95% of the rods in my boat, with the exception of like 2 cranking rods and a chatterbait rod, are built by yours truly. This is a 610 medium heavy. It's got a fairly quick tip. It's really easy to skip in tight quarters, make really accurate casts with it. My other setup is a 7.2 heavy, but yesterday this is what I was using. For the jig, again, you guys, I'm super basic. Try to get that in the frame there. That's one that I make. I pour them right here at home. It is a Do It Molds Arky head. This is a 1/2 ounce. The docks I was fishing yesterday, they typically end in about 10 to 12 feet of water, so I was skipping this 1/2 ounce. And almost always you're going to find me with a net bait pack-a-chunk on the back of my jig. It's just the way that I do it. It's worked for me for years and years. I can't see a reason to go away from it. So that's kind of the setup. Let's get into the reel a little bit. There it is. Right-handed retrieve. That doesn't bother me, you guys. I'm not one of those guys that gets worked up about what side of the reel the handle is on, because I have left-handed reels, I have right-handed reels. It just doesn't matter to me. Honestly, it doesn't matter one stinking bit to me. This is what they had in stock, so I went ahead and I grabbed it. If you're not familiar with this reel, it's got a super shallow spool. Hard to see there on camera, but I bet you that's 35 to 40 yards of line. This is 18-pound Sunline on here. I did nothing to this reel out of the box. I adjusted the tension knob just a little bit. The brake, as you can see right there, it was set to 5. I never moved it off of 5. This thing skipped like a dream on 5. I would venture to say I was so pleased with the performance of this reel overall. I'm shocked when I say this out loud. I would consider buying another Lose reel in the future. This thing, it worked flawlessly. I don't know what else to say, you guys. I'm really, my initial impressions are great. It casts well, it retrieves well, skips like a dream. The compact frame feels great in hand for that kind of combat. You can see I do not have huge hands, and I can cover that whole reel completely. This little fold-out hook keeper is a nice little, get that jig off there so you guys can see that fold-out hook keeper. I don't know if that's going to show up, but it just folds down into the reel just like that when you're fishing, and then it flips back up to hook the jig on. That's a nice little feature for a guy like me that I build my own rods. I don't really like to mess around with hook keepers. I don't care that much about it. Usually I just hook to the top of my reel and move on. But you guys, again, whether you're an advanced or expert skipper and pitcher, or you're just starting out, I would venture to say that this reel will do the job for you. We got to find out about its long-term durability, right? But other than that, I mean, even if you're brand new, I would think if you turn that brake up a little bit, it's going to do the job for you. At $200, not going to kill your budget completely. So all in all, first impressions are really good on this. I cannot wait to get out there and do some more boat docking with it. This weekend is a tournament. Boat docking is not in the cards. I didn't find any bigs on the docks. We're going to have to be out deep live scoping. If you're not scoping, you're hoping in this tournament field. So we'll be out there grinding away with the electronics, but I'm really looking forward to doing some more fun fishing and getting this reel back in action, because I am super happy with it so far, you guys. And I would give this a recommendation to anybody that's looking to go out and do some skipping and pitching. So that's my 10 cents on it. I hope it helps you guys out. I hope you find the information useful. We'll keep fishing with it. If there's any breakdowns or anything in the long term that you guys need to know about, I will certainly post a follow-up video. I don't anticipate any issues with it, but so far so good, and I'm looking forward to using it some more. Thanks for tuning in. I know this is a little bit longer than normal. I really appreciate you guys. We'll see you on the next one. Tight lines, everybody.